welcome back to the Roamer's Destination. Today we're exploring a powerful connection hidden in plain sight, the link between the 7 chakras and the Bible. The synchronicities across different religious texts are limitless. The very things that have been used to divide us are interconnected threads of the same divine truth. We'll break this down, connecting scripture to the ancient understanding of energy centers, and showing how your chakras, which signify the process of spiritual awakening, is encoded directly into biblical texts. First, let's understand what chakras actually are. The 7 chakras are the energy centers that rise along your spine, starting at the sacrum at the base of your spine and ending in the pineal gland at the crown of your head. These centers govern different aspects of your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. The chakras aren't physical objects. If you cut open your spine, you won't see them. Just like if you cut open your brain, you won't see your thoughts. They still exist. Now let's focus on one particular fascinating point, the pineal gland. This small pine cone-shaped structure in the brain is often called the seat of the soul because it regulates consciousness and perception. The pineal gland sits precisely in the brain center, a direct neurological interface of divine connection. Ancient traditions recognize this as a third eye, processing light, darkness, and transcendent experiences. Here's where it gets fascinating. In Genesis 32 verse 30, it says, "And Jacob called the name of this place Peniel, for I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved." In ancient Hebrew, texts were written without vowels. The original word was P and L. Peniel and pineal are actually identical words. The vowels were later added in during translation. The words became different. When the scripture speaks about seeing God face to face, he's referring to reaching a level of enlightenment or state of heaven. Let's explore how the Bible references the entire chakra system. In Revelation 5 verse 1, we find a remarkable description of 7 seals that perfectly parallels the 7 chakras. "And I saw on the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within, and on the backside sealed with 7 seals." Let's decode this verse. The right hand represents the right hemisphere of the brain, our intuitive creative side, the God brain, that sees beyond physical limitation. The throne symbolizes the crown chakra, our direct connection to divine consciousness. The book written within, that's the inner wisdom encoded in chakras and in your DNA, the knowledge accumulated through lifetimes of experience. And on the backside, that's a reference to the chakras located on your spine. Let's walk through each chakra one by one and discover its biblical connection. I'll share the chakra location, meaning, and speak directly to its spiritual challenge. Starting at the foundation, the root chakra, located at the base of the spine. The associated color is red. The meaning is survival and grounding. One of the main challenges for this chakra is transforming fear into faith. Moving up to the sacral chakra, at the root of your sexual organ. The associated color is orange. The meaning is creativity and emotional flow. The main challenge is transmuting emotional wounds, also known as alchemy. Next is the solar plexus, located at the navel. The associated color is yellow, meaning personal power and will. The main challenges include surrendering your ego and pursuing your passions or purpose. Proverbs 16 verse 18 says, "Pride goes before destruction." Moving up to the heart chakra, at the center of your chest. The associated color is green. The meaning, unconditional love. The main challenge is forgiveness of yourself and others while maintaining healthy boundaries. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4 says, "Charity suffereth long and is kind." Now let's ascend to the throat chakra. The associated color is blue. The meaning is truth and expression. The main challenge is speaking your truth authentically. Rising higher to the third eye chakra. The associated color is indigo. The meaning is intuition and inner vision. The main challenge is seeing beyond illusion by trusting your intuition. Matthew 13 verse 16 says, "Blessed are your eyes, for they see." Finally, we reach the crown chakra. Associated color is violet or white. The meaning is divine consciousness. The main challenge is total spiritual surrender and understanding that we are all one. Romans 12 verse 2 says, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Now that we have explored each chakra individually, let's see how the Bible uses powerful stories to illustrate the journey of activation of all 7 chakras. 2 stories in particular serve as perfect metaphors for the spiritual awakening process. The story of Joshua and the walls of Jericho is a precise metaphorical blueprint of spiritual transformation. In Joshua 6, the Israelites march around Jericho for 7 days. 7 days, 7 chakras. This is no coincidence. Each circuit represents the energy of an energy center, systematically breaking down the barriers of limited consciousness. The walls just don't represent physical obstacles. They symbolize the rigid structure of your lower consciousness. Fear, shame, ego, attachment. Each trumpet blast is an activation of spiritual energy. Each step, a deliberate challenge to your internal limitations. There are 2 key insights that reveal the deeper meaning of this story. First, the mathematical precision is undeniable. 7 priests, 7 trumpets, 7 days. This mirrors the 7 seals in Revelations, the 7 chakras, the 7 energy centers of human potential. The number 7 isn't random. It's a cosmic code of divine transformation, as 7 is the number of divine intervention. Second, the walls fall from the inside, not from external force, but from the internal vibration. The priest's trumpets create a frequency that shatters limitation. This is exactly how spiritual awakening works. Your internal energy, when aligned and amplified, dissolves the walls of your own resistance. And when the walls fall, it's not destruction, it's liberation. The moment your lower nature crumbles, that's when your true potential emerges. Our next story is Christ's crucifixion, which is the most profound map of spiritual transformation ever encoded. Jesus died at the age 33, and we each have 33 vertebrae in our spine. Jesus carried his cross on his spine, literally demonstrating the challenging journey of overcoming low energy centers. The 5 wounds representing overcoming the 5 senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch, through discipline and practices like meditation and yoga. The crown of thorns represents activation of the crown chakra. The cross itself is your spine. The crucifixion is your potential for total spiritual resurrection. Galatians 2 verse 20 speaks directly to the internal crucifixion. I am crucified with Christ, nevertheless I live. Yet not I, but Christ liveth in me. Crucifixion is an internal process, as he states. I am crucified, nevertheless I live. Christ liveth in me is showing the reaching of the state of Christ consciousness. You might be wondering, what exactly is this Christ consciousness I'm referring to? It's not about religion as much as it is about spiritual awareness. Christ consciousness is a state where you recognize your divine nature. It's like upgrading your internal operating system from survival mode to universal love mode. It's a state of being where you see beyond physical limitations. Love becomes your default setting. You understand your connection to everything. Fear and separation dissolve. Your awareness expands beyond individual ego. It's not about religion. It's about recognizing your divine potential within yourself and all beings. Romans 6 verse 6 confirms the destruction of the lower nature. It says, knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him, the body of sin might be destroyed, that henceforth we shall not serve sin. Here, the crucifixion is clearly a metaphor for complete spiritual transformation. Not the physical body, but the body of sin is destroyed. These aren't just stories. These are instruction manuals for human consciousness waiting to be decoded. The Bible's hidden wisdom points to your inner spiritual potential. The 7 chakras, the 7 seals, the pineal gland, all of this is a divine design of your body and soul. If you want to experience the kingdom of heaven, don't look outside yourself. Look within. Meditate, quiet your mind, and allow your energy to rise. When you overcome the lower nature of the chakras and the 7th seal is broken, the crown chakra blooms and you'll see God face to face, just like Jacob did at Peniel. Luke 22 verse 12 states, and he shall show you a large upper room furnished, there make ready. Jesus calling his disciples to meet him in the upper room symbolizes the ascent to higher consciousness. The upper room is the higher mind, the state of divine awareness where Christ consciousness is revealed. Every spiritual journey begins with a single step. I invite you to start exploring these connections in your own practice. Notice how your understanding of these ancient texts transform when you view them through the lens of energy and consciousness. If this perspective resonated with you, hit that like button to help the algorithm send you more hidden wisdom to discover. Subscribe to Roamer's Destination and turn on notifications so you'll be able to see when I make new content. Until next time, keep seeking, keep roaming, and remember, the divine map has always been within you.